Poker players are experts at calculating risks and maximizing their edges, but when millions of dollars are on the line, some players completely cross the line. Cheating in poker has evolved from sleight of hand to high-tech espionage, starting with one of the most infamous scandals in modern history. In September 2019, during a Standard Stones live broadcast at the Stones Gambling Hall, a commentator noticed something deeply unsettling. Facing a raise from his opponent, Marie Cordero, Mike Postle quickly folded top pair with a straight draw. It looked like an ordinary fold, except for one massive detail. Cordero had already hit a straight and was a 96% favorite to win. While one commentator praised Postle as a freak of nature, his co-host Veronica Brill refused to buy it. She publicly blew the whistle, pointing out that Postle's lines made absolutely no sense unless he somehow knew his opponent's exact cards. Postle had been on an unprecedented, statistical anomaly of a winning streak for a year, earning him the nickname the Apostle for his seemingly divine soul reads. But as the poker community investigated, the evidence pointed to a much more terrestrial explanation. Postle consistently kept his mobile phone directly in his lap, staring down at it during the most critical, high-stakes decisions of a hand. The verified working theory emerged that an inside collaborator with direct access to the live graphics room was feeding him real-time whole card data. Poker analysts Joe Ingram and Doug Polk spent weeks dismantling hundreds of hours of broadcast footage, exposing a pattern that completely defied game theory optimal poker, yet miraculously always resulted in Postle making the perfect decision. In one glaring hand, Postle held pocket kings, faced a massive bluff on a double ace board, and effortlessly called it down despite two active players behind him. In another, holding just a pair of sixes on a highly dangerous king-high board, he casually shoved all in against a $700 bluff while openly giggling. The community outrage culminated in a massive $30 million class action lawsuit filed by cheated players against Postle, Stones Gambling Hall, and production manager Justin Coritis. Although a federal judge ultimately dismissed the civil case based on an outdated California law regarding gambling losses, Stones later settled privately with the majority of the plaintiffs. Postle tried to strike back with a $300 million defamation lawsuit, but it was quickly dropped when his own legal team abandoned him. The final, poetic act of justice came at the 2023 Bo Rivage main event, where player Brock Gary P. intentionally slow-rolled Postle on a televised final table, looking him dead in the eye and declaring, "That's for all the cheating you do." While Postle's alleged scheme relied on digital data, older, highly coordinated physical scams have proven just as devastating. For German poker pro Ali Tekentamgak, cheating wasn't digital, it involved a sophisticated network of fake media personnel. In 2010, Tekentamgak captured the World Poker Tour Spanish Championship in Barcelona, but the celebration was short-lived. He was abruptly disqualified and banned from the Parduchet Poker Tour main event final table when organizers uncovered a massive fraud ring. A subsequent European court investigation found him guilty of running an organized cheating syndicate using casino staff and fake poker bloggers. During his winning run in Barcelona, video evidence showed one of his accomplices standing directly behind opponent Robert Garcia, holding a camera phone angled straight at Garcia's hole cards. The accomplice would then use highly specific, coded hand signals to communicate the exact card strength back to Tekentamgak across the room. Despite being universally blacklisted by the community, Tekentamgak somehow gained entry into the WPT World Championship the following year. The poker world was furious, with Daniel Negreanu publicly blasting the decision on Twitter, posting a photo of the unrepentant cheater at the felt. When confronted at the table by high-stakes pro Scott Saver, Tekentamgak went as far as issuing physical threats. Ultimately, the law caught up with him, and a German court officially sentenced Tekentamgak to 3 years in federal prison for multiple counts of gambling fraud. Not all cheaters face prison time, as some high-profile live streams have struggled to enforce strict legal consequences. During a high-stakes broadcast of Hustler Casino Live, a player named Julio Cito, known to the community as Skills Rocks, committed one of the most blatant acts of collusion ever captured on camera. Positioned directly next to Barry Wallace, Skills Rocks was caught repeatedly looking over at Wallace's chips and hole cards. In the most damning hand of the night, when Wallace flopped the absolute nuts with a straight, Skills Rocks can be seen physically kicking his friend and co-conspirator, Soflo Antonio, under the table to force him to fold.
Y'all kicking each other? No, I'm moving my foot.
Antonio, completely missing the subtlety, loudly blurted out to the entire table that he was being kicked, creating an instantly viral, incredibly awkward confrontation. The commentators immediately called out the obvious collusion in real time.
I think there was some collusion going on there.
Despite losing a $19,000 pot to Wallace, Skills Rocks ended the night up $17,000, while Wallace left the studio completely blindsided. Hustler Casino Live took immediate action, issuing a permanent ban against Skills Rocks. Producing partner Ryan Feldman later confirmed that Skills Rocks admitted to looking at the cards, but defensively claimed it was Wallace's sole responsibility to protect his hand, exposing a toxic, predatory mindset that the modern streaming era is actively fighting to eliminate. The breakdown of integrity isn't exclusive to New Age streams, it has struck legacy European tournaments for massive seven-figure sums. At the 2009 Parduchet Poker Tour main event, French players Jean-Paul Pasqualini and Cédric Rossi allegedly executed a seamless physical signaling system to siphon over €1.6 million in prize money. A detailed, forensic 8-minute analysis video later exposed their highly complex body language code. Touching the top of the head signaled an ace, the forehead meant a king, the eye meant a queen. In one unforgettable sequence, the two co-conspirators went head-to-head. Pasqualini held ace-king, while Rossi picked up pocket aces. Pasqualini raised preflop, looked over at Rossi, and heavily touched his head and forehead. Rossi immediately re-raised with his pocket aces and immediately placed both hands squarely on top of his head, confirming the trap. Recognizing the code, Pasqualini miraculously folded his monster ace-king hand preflop despite being dangerously short-stacked, a decision that violates every fundamental concept of tournament poker strategy. The two went on to secure first and second place, splitting the massive payout. Though they bypassed criminal prosecution due to legal loopholes, the global poker community completely stripped them of their honors, permanently removing both men from the Global Poker Index rankings. But even the absolute legends of the game are not immune to massive, multi-million-dollar integrity scandals.